Get ready, Bridgerton fans, because Netflix just confirmed something huge. Not only is Season 4 officially on the calendar, but this romantic roller coaster is far from over. In fact, it's about to hit its most magical chapter yet. That's right. Bridgerton Season 4 is locked in and coming your way in 2026, and Netflix didn't stop there. The streaming giant has already greenlit Seasons 5 and 6, meaning we're getting at least 3 more doses of that Regency-era drama we can't get enough of. But here's where things get really exciting, because Season 4 is all about Benedict Bridgerton, and it looks like he's stepping into the romantic spotlight in a major way. Netflix dropped a few stunning first-look images, and let's just say, they're giving full-on fairy tale. In the photos, we see Benedict at the family's glamorous masquerade ball, locking eyes with a mysterious woman in a shimmering silver gown. A character we now know is Sophie Beck, played by Yaron Ha. Yep, this is Bridgerton's take on the classic Cinderella story, and fans of Julia Quinn's books will recognize it as the plot from An Offer from a Gentleman. The story? Benedict meets this enchanting stranger at the masquerade and becomes obsessed with figuring out who she really is. Of course, since this is Bridgerton, things aren't that simple, and Netflix is hinting at quite a few twists. Alongside Benedict's love story, we'll still be following the rest of the Bridgerton crew, including Colin and Penelope, who were at the center of Season 3. New images even show them mingling at events, so don't expect their story to take a back seat. Penelope, now approaching her secret identity as Lady Whistledown in a whole new way, is still very much in play. And that means plenty of fresh drama. But wait, there's more. Netflix also released a behind-the-scenes video packed with exclusive Season 4 content. We're talking dazzling costumes, intricate dance rehearsals, and candid moments between cast and crew. There are even early glimpses of Benedict and Sophie's first scenes together, and the chemistry? Yeah, it's already off the charts. Now, if the show follows the book closely, we should expect a pretty key moment where Benedict rescues Sophie from a toxic situation with her employer and takes her to his family estate. In the novel, he gets sick during their journey, and they're forced to spend time alone at his country cottage, a moment that becomes a turning point for their relationship. It's intimate, emotional, and offers a rare break from London's high society chaos. That cottage scene doesn't just develop their romance, it grounds it, showing how their connection thrives away from the pressure of wealth and status. Fingers crossed the show keeps that moment in. But the world of Bridgerton is getting even bigger. Season 4 will introduce Lady Araminta Gunningworth and her 2 daughters, Rosamond and Posey, and they're expected to clash with Benedict's storyline in some dramatic ways. Meanwhile, fan favorites Alice Mondrick and Brimsley have been promoted to series regulars, so we'll be seeing much more of them. Also sticking around, Michaela Sterling, Francesca's love interest, which signals that Francesca's arc isn't done evolving just yet. Now, yes, some details might get reshuffled, like the timing of when Benedict and Sophie reconnect. But as long as the emotional beats hit, fans probably won't mind. Especially if we still get that sweet, slower-paced bonding that happens outside the chaos of the ton. What's also exciting is that the show seems to be getting back in sync with Julia Quinn's original book order. After moving Colin and Penelope's story ahead of schedule, Season 4 will finally dive into Benedict's tale, and that opens the door for the remaining Bridgerton siblings to each get their moment in the seasons ahead. And if you're wondering how long we'll be riding this Regency train, well, considering there are 8 siblings and we're 9, let's break it down. Season 1 with Daphne and Simon dropped in December 2020. Season 2, which followed Anthony and Kate, arrived in March 2022. Season 3 came out in 2 parts, May and June of 2024, and now Season 4 is on the way in 2026. That's a 2-year pattern Netflix is managing to keep, which is incredibly impressive considering the pandemic, industry strikes, and global production slowdowns that have hit so many other shows. Why is Bridgerton different? One big reason. They've got a blueprint. With each season based on an existing book, the writers have a clear direction, meaning less time lost figuring out the plot from scratch. And let's not forget the 2023 Queen Charlotte spin-off, which helped fill the gap between seasons and kept the hype alive. That momentum is part of what's helping Bridgerton stay at the top of Netflix's most-watched list. So, will Season 4 live up to the fairy tale romance it's teasing? Will Benedict and Sophie become the new fan-favorite couple? And what surprises are waiting around the next ballroom corner? We'll have to wait for 2026 to find out. But based on everything Netflix just dropped, it's safe to say this next chapter could be one of the best yet. That's it for today's update, but the Bridgerton buzz is far from over. Let me know in the comments. Which character are you most excited to see more of in Season 4? And do you think Benedict's love story will top the others? If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss the next tea spill from the ton. Until next time, happy binging, and see you in the next video.